Have you ever felt anger, resentment, or a desire for revenge? When you experienced injustice from someone, did you want to harm them or inflict as much pain on them as they caused you? Have you wasted your time and energy plotting revenge or imagining how to belittle or hurt them? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone. In life, we encounter people we consider rivals, competitors, critics, or even friends and family who lead us astray. However, what if I told you there is a better way to deal with your enemies? This way involves not just destroying your enemies, but also freeing yourself from negative emotions, making you a better person in harmony with yourself, others, and nature. This way is the path of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches that we can only control our judgments, opinions, and actions, and everything else is external, indifferent, and variable. Therefore, we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot, without letting it disturb our inner peace. Stoicism is not a passive or indifferent attitude. Instead, it is an active and rational approach that empowers us to face any difficulty, obstacle, or negativity with courage, wisdom, and dignity. So how can Stoicism help us destroy our enemies without physical conflict? Here are 7 ways based on the teachings of Stoic philosophers. 1. Recognize that your enemy is just a teacher. The first principle in understanding how to deal with your enemy without physical conflict is to recognize them as an effective teacher in the classroom of life. Instead of seeing them as a malevolent force, consider your enemy as a catalyst for your growth. Pushing their boundaries, exposing their weaknesses, and illuminating their flaws means that your enemy is also a mirror reflecting lessons for your development. As the famous Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This profound statement emphasizes overcoming hostility as an opportunity to respond with virtues. Instead of succumbing to bullying, acknowledging the valuable lessons your enemy offers, expressing gratitude, and exploring possibilities for reconciliation allows you to shift your perspective. Rather than seeing your enemy as a threat, redirect your focus towards embracing them as a unique gift. This transformation not only eliminates the negative impact of your enemy, but also elevates you to a higher understanding and compassion. And 2. Realize that your enemy is not the cause of your pain. The second critical insight on the path to eliminating your enemy's power without physical conflict is to understand that your enemy is not the real cause of your pain. Your enemy does not directly inject anger, sadness, or fear into you. In fact, their actions reveal your emotional responses, shaped by your thoughts, processes, and reactions. Your enemy acts as a mirror, reflecting the inner landscape of your mental and emotional state. Recognizing this helps you understand that your enemy functions as a catalyst in the intricate patterns of misleading expectations and attachments to external conditions. Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who rose from slavery to become a respected teacher, encapsulates this notion in his Enchiridion. It is not events that disturb people, but their judgments about those events. This fundamental perspective emphasizes that external events do not directly have power over your mental peace. Indeed, it is not events but your interpretation, the lens shaping your emotional response. People are disturbed not by things, but by their views about them. Epictetus's teaching requires understanding that external events do not have a direct power to disturb your mental peace. Instead, it's your judgments and reactions that shape your experience. Rather than succumbing to the desire for revenge, understanding that your enemy is merely a catalyst for reshaping your internal judgments and reactions empowers you to take control of your responses. Moreover, Epictetus reminds us that insults and mistreatment do not directly affect individuals. Instead, it is the judgments and evaluations placed upon these actions that cause disturbance. This perspective calls for embarking on an internal discovery journey rather than holding on to blame, complaint, or harboring resentment. Challenge your assumptions, examine your judgments, and make an effort to change your perspective. Start seeing your enemy not only as a source of pain and fear, but also as a reservoir of deep self-awareness, wisdom, joy, and courage. With this internal transformation, you not only neutralize the negative impact of your enemy, but also rise to a higher level of understanding and compassion. 3. Understand them. The third powerful strategy for rendering your enemy ineffective without physical conflict is the art of delving deep to understand them. This involves understanding why your enemy identified you as their enemy, sensing their desires, and unraveling the complexities of their thought processes. The key is to see them not through the lens of imagination or biased thoughts, but as they truly are. By deeply understanding your enemy, you gain the ability to approach potential conflicts with prudence. This insight allows you to predict their moves, uncover their weaknesses, and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Diving into their mental processes enables you to see their humanity, flaws, weaknesses, and internal struggles. The Greek Stoic philosopher Seneca's words echo this sentiment. He who has learned how to be angry or to be hurt has learned an evil art no more useful than the art of making poisons. Instead of allowing anger to cloud your judgment or hurt to sear your heart, take a step back and strive to comprehend your enemy. Seek to understand the reasons behind their actions, choices, and attitudes. This doesn't mean condoning their harmful behaviors or surrendering to mistreatment. Instead, it is a strategic move aimed at gaining insights to disarm them and render their actions ineffective. As you unravel the mysteries of your enemy's mind, you may discover common ground, shared concerns, or even the potential for empathy. This understanding does not weaken your position, but strengthens your ability to respond with wisdom and insight. By understanding your enemy, you can strategically navigate conflicts, minimize unnecessary confrontations, and cultivate a mindset that transcends hostility. 4. Practice forgiveness. The fourth strategy in eliminating your enemy's power without resorting to physical conflict is the practice of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a manifestation of strength, resilience, and inner peace. It involves letting go of the desire for revenge, releasing the emotional burden, and freeing yourself from the chains of resentment. By forgiving your enemy, you break the cycle of negativity, reclaim your emotional well-being, and empower yourself to move forward. The Stoics emphasized the importance of forgiveness in maintaining mental tranquility. As Seneca aptly put it, to be able to bear with kindness toward him who wrongs you is a mark of high attainments, and for him who eagerly does good to one who does him wrong is an evidence of divine qualities. Forgiveness is not about condoning or justifying the actions of your enemy. Instead, it is a conscious decision to release the grip of hatred and resentment on your own well-being. Holding on to grudges and seeking revenge only perpetuates a cycle of negativity that ultimately harms you more than your enemy. The practice of forgiveness liberates you from the shackles of anger and resentment, allowing you to redirect your energy towards positive pursuits. By forgiving your enemy, you regain control over your emotions, cultivate a compassionate heart, and experience the profound liberation that comes with letting go. 5. Live virtuously. The fifth principle on the path to rendering your enemy powerless without physical conflict is to embrace and live virtuously. Virtue, according to Stoicism, is the highest good and the foundation of a fulfilled and meaningful life. The Stoic virtues include wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By embodying these virtues in your actions and decisions, you rise above the influence of your enemy's negativity. Living virtuously means aligning your life with principles that promote wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Rather than being swayed by the actions of your enemy, you become an unwavering beacon of integrity and moral excellence. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus highlights the importance of living virtuously, stating, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This emphasizes the continuous journey of self-improvement and the recognition that living virtuously is an ongoing practice. By prioritizing virtue, you transform your life into a fortress of moral strength that remains unshaken by external threats or challenges. Your commitment to wisdom allows you to navigate complexities with clarity. Courage empowers you to face adversity head-on. Justice guides your actions with fairness, and temperance ensures balance and moderation in all aspects of life. As you consistently live virtuously, you render your enemy's attempts to destabilize you ineffective, as your focus remains steadfast on higher principles and ethical values. 6. Redirect their negative energy. The sixth strategy for neutralizing your enemy's power without physical conflict is to skillfully redirect their negative energy. Your enemy's actions and intentions may be fueled by negative emotions, insecurities, or unresolved issues. By redirecting their negative energy, you have the opportunity to transform conflict into constructive engagement. Instead of responding to hostility with more hostility, choose to respond with empathy, understanding, and positive energy. Seneca advises, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Rather than engaging in a destructive cycle of revenge, rise above the negativity and contribute positive energy to the situation. This doesn't mean being passive or allowing mistreatment. Instead, it involves responding with intelligence and emotional intelligence. By redirecting your enemy's negative energy, you disrupt the pattern of conflict and create space for resolution, understanding, and growth. This approach requires strength, patience, and a deep understanding of human nature. As you skillfully navigate the dynamics of conflict, you not only protect yourself from harm, but also open the door to potential reconciliation or resolution. 7. Cultivate inner tranquility. The seventh and final strategy in dismantling your enemy's power without resorting to physical conflict is to cultivate inner tranquility. Stoicism teaches that true power lies in maintaining inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. By cultivating a tranquil mind, you remain impervious to the storms of external events and the provocations of your enemy. This inner tranquility is not a passive state, but a dynamic and resilient mindset that allows you to respond to challenges with clarity, composure, and wisdom. The Stoic philosopher Seneca describes the significance of inner tranquility. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Rather than allowing your enemy's actions to dictate your emotional state, cultivate an inner sanctuary of peace that remains untouched by external disturbances. This involves practicing mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection to develop a deep understanding of your thoughts and emotions. As you cultivate inner tranquility, you disarm your enemy's ability to disturb your mental peace. Your strength no longer depends on external conditions, but on the unwavering foundation of inner resilience. In the face of adversity, your tranquility becomes a source of inspiration, influencing those around you and rendering your enemy's attempts to provoke you ineffective. In conclusion, Stoicism provides a profound and practical guide to dealing with enemies without resorting to physical conflict. By recognizing your enemy as a teacher, understanding that they are not the cause of your pain, delving deep to understand them, practicing forgiveness, living virtuously, redirecting their negative energy, and cultivating inner tranquility, you can neutralize their power and transform conflict into an opportunity for personal growth and wisdom. The path of Stoicism is not about passivity, but an active and rational approach to facing challenges with courage, wisdom, and dignity. Through these 7 strategies, you can navigate the complexities of human relationships and emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate.